Okay, did not work because stage. All right. Could I just have some feedback? You can let me know on WhatsApp if everything is okay. If you can't talk. Good evening, everyone. And this is Frida. I'm just hoping for some feedback to make sure that you all can hear me. And anyone supporting me in the back, you can flash me just so that I know I can be heard or you can speak.
Can hear you.
Sorry?
We can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. So we are good to go.
Yes.
Alrighty. But I keep disappearing on the screen. Can you see a background?
Yes.
All right. It keeps coming in and out. Is that okay?
It's okay now. Sorry about that.
Uh, what do you see? You see a round thing, or you see We Connect all over?
It's We Connect all over.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. There's a bit of an echo, but it's all right because you're not going to be speaking. So, good evening, everyone from Nairobi, Kenya. This is 4:15 p.m. Actually, from Mombasa, Kenya, because we are getting ready for the summit, and it is hot, and everything is set and planned for you. So I do hope that you're in Mombasa and you're going to be joining us tomorrow. We have over 100 people coming who are very, very excited, and I hope that I wish you could be one of them. So this is Winning Wednesdays, and we have been doing Winning Wednesdays this month as part of our support to the founders community, both female and male founders, anybody in a business, as part of our give back to the community to support access to markets, which is something that is very near and dear to my heart. And this month we've been talking about access to market and visibility. And in this series, every Wednesday, we're going to break down how opportunities actually work, because many SMEs are working hard, but they are not seeing results. We are also SMEs, so we know when we are not seeing results, there's something we need to do. So we are not suffering because opportunities are missing, but because the pathway to access and how to convert what we access is not always very clear. We go for networking events, we pay for different association networkings, but somehow we don't just convert. So conversion is a very intentional step-by-step process. And we've been not trying, but we have been talking about this month. And in week one, we looked at what are the opportunities why opportunities don't turn into contracts. And we opened by sharing 3 reasons why. Number one, we said SMEs don't lack opportunity, they lack alignment. So there is opportunity, but they are not aligned. So two cannot work together except they be agreed. And then we also talked about why opportunities don't convert. And there were 4 key things that we shared. The first one was compliance gaps. Many SMEs, we start business because we have a financial gap, which is perfectly all right. But if you're only going to deal with the immediate financial gap, that's okay. But we want to grow. We want to generate more revenue so that we have money to do the things that we love and enjoy. Okay. We can't always just say we are SMEs. By now we should be MEs or something, or just enterprises. All right. So the reality on the ground is there's compliance gaps. Are you registered or are you informal? And you see, when you're making money, you get comfortable until the day you get a bigger deal. A bigger deal could be a corporate that wants your products or services. They will want to see your compliance footprint. They'll want to see that you're registered. They'll want a tax compliance. They'll also want your audited accounts, and they'll want a business owner. There's a business owner form you get from a business registrar. I'm not sure how many of us do our returns. There's 2 returns. The first return is the one for financial return. And then there's the second return, which is the organizational return, where you do on BRS to ensure that it is your name that is showing as you're the owner. And when you're going to work with a corporate, they normally want to see that document. So within the compliance gaps, having a tax certificate, many of us feel because we are not making a lot of money, we can work under the radar. But now with the new process, you need to have an e-Teams. So there's no more working under the radar. And these things are not to scare you. It's just like saying you have shifted from one country to another country. So you need to do, when in Rome, you do as the Romans. So as a business owner, there's how businesses are run and there's how hustles are run. So we need to relocate from hustling into business. So the first thing we need to look at are compliance. Are we registered? Do we keep our financial records? Do we have audited accounts? And do we have a tax compliance certificate showing that even if you're not making money, we are filing nil returns? And then Do we have a business owner, the business owner certificate to show that you are the owner of that business? Do you have a CR12? They're beginning to sound many, right? It's like having a visa to go to another country. But that is the price of compliance. And that is the price of being able to connect with corporates and convert more cash. So the second thing was pricing issues. Like I shared that day, I said that many of us, especially people in services, we tend to say, or if somebody asks you for something, you say, okay, I'm going to send you an email, all right? Or what is your budget? So my budget has nothing to do with you, all right? So it's important that as businesses, you price, and once you price, it's better to have a range, because there's some things that you may need to do an assessment, you may need to get more information, but letting the person know that for this kind of thing, it could be around between $500 and $1,000, many factors, applying. So you want to tell them what those factors are. Before you jump on, let me send you an email. Because remember, the longer you have the discussion, the longer it will take you to get that check. And all this time you're going, oh, I'm going to do an email, I'm going to do this or the other. That time, somebody else can get into that gap. Not to scare you. Everybody's running around. Okay, not running around literally, but everybody is looking for a deal. Everybody's looking for something to do. And then poor documentation, which is tied to compliance gaps. I got a contract with one of the corporates, and it has been almost a year since the process started. So imagine if that was the only work I was waiting for. So it's important that you have all your I's and T's dotted. So by the time the contract is signed, you go through all the legal stuff, and then you see in your email that the agreement has been signed by everybody that was on it. Then they're going to ask you for documents again. But you see, by the time we started this process until now, the tax compliance has expired. There are things that have CR12 has expired. There are things that need to be 6 months before you submit them. So one thing I recommend to business owners is make sure that you have a folder, whether you use Google or you use Office, have a folder where you keep all these documents. So when they ask you for it, you just reply that email, attach, all right? So it was very exciting for me to do that. So now the ball is in their court. And also, interestingly, they have a clause in their agreement that email should be responded to in 24 hours. So you have no window to start saying, oh, I need to go and look for my accounts with the auditor. I don't know what. All those are signs of unpreparedness, okay? Because if you're running this business, you've been running this business for 10 years, all this housekeeping work I'm talking about should not happen the day you get a contract. That should be the norm. On the 19th, tax, what is it called? The VAT thing is done, all right? So, and then the fourth problem and reality on the ground is low visibility. Even though we have social media today, some are shy, some don't want to put in the work, some are waiting to be perfect before they go online. I started going online, I didn't even know what I was doing. Because it's very intuitive when you go online, you create an account, Facebook asks you what's on your mind, LinkedIn tells you start a post. And when we started, we didn't have all this luxury of AI and this and the other. Now, no business owner should be stuck on how to write or what to post online, because AI will do the posters for you, AI will do the copy for you. So if you know your value proposition and you know your target audience, let's even pretend you don't know all that, but you know what you're selling, people are buying. You let ChatGPT know that. It can curate a value proposition for you. It can curate for you a calendar for the month, so that all you do is post. And also there are tools. You can schedule for the whole month and not go to sleep, focus on something else. Just coming back to see who is posting, not necessarily who is liking. Don't be too enthralled by people who like, but that's not my story for today. So that's what we did the first time. And just for those that are joining today and wondering what Winning Wednesdays live is, so we got some insights from buyer thinking. Buyers are managing risk. They want clarity. Many small businesses say that I'm in supplies. They don't understand what that is. All right. Then there's inconsistency. When they come on social media, today you're wearing this hat, tomorrow you're wearing the other hat. And social media, you can have multiple channels. Have your channel for doing your individual branding, have your channel for doing business. Go to Facebook and have fun with your friends, but avoid mixing everything, all right, into a mishmash. So that is the inconsistency they see. Then lack of structure. Many of us talk about structure and systems, and at the beginning you may not have them, because everybody was born one day, but then they came up with a plan of how to live. So the key thing is start, all right? Have a step-by-step process of what you do every day as a business owner to produce the results that you're looking for. So that's what we did the first time. And the key thing about these sessions is to prepare business owners so that they can access the right contacts, the right communities. And this week we're talking more about the right corporate contracts so that they can convert into more money. So there are three things we'll be doing every time you come to Winning Wednesdays Live: how to get prepared for that deal, how to access it, and how to convert it. Right now, I'm in Mombasa for the We Connect International Summit, which is happening tomorrow and Friday. So the big thing is preparing women-owned businesses, and we've allowed some men to come because a woman-owned business is 51% owned. So we are saying 49%. Come, join us, find out what it is that we do. So opportunities don't convert without preparation. Come, you want to say hello? I'm here with my grandson who is curious, so just greet him so that he can go back to playing. Can you see anybody there? They can't see you because the camera is here, but if you wave, they might be able to see. Okay, there's his little hand. You see your little hand? Can you see your little hand? All right. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, and bye.
Bye.
All right. So don't chase opportunities, position for them. Position for them is you listening. Is you listening to hear what is somebody looking for? All right. What is somebody looking for? And how can you align what you have with what the person is looking for? All right. So today, this is our last session before our summit on Thursday and Friday. But the good news is we are going to have a session. We're going to have a session again from next week, because at We Connect International, we are starting the Road to Contracts Accelerator. At the Road to Contracts Accelerator, you're going to understand how to prepare for corporate buyers, but most importantly, at the end of that accelerator, this is for South Africa. There's going to be a live event in South Africa, but online, all of you can come. As long as you're a woman-owned business, 51% woman-owned business, you can join in. So the Road to Contracts is going to be happening on April 30th, May 7th, and May 14th. The summit is tomorrow and Friday. That one you can only catch if you're in Mombasa, if you have a helicopter or a plane that will bring you here by 9 a.m. tomorrow. All right? So we always have a lot of things, a lot of good stuff going on. So with We Connect, we're starting after the summit, we're starting the Road to Contracts program. And it's a 3-week program. And after the 3 weeks, we're going to have a physical session in South Africa, because we serve women-owned businesses in Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. And then we're going to have a mini summit in July in South Africa. So if you're out there thinking, why are they in Kenya and not in South Africa? The last 2 years we have been in South Africa. This year we are in Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. All right. And then one day all of us are going to come together. So As we wind up today, what I wanted to share with you very briefly is how deals actually happen. The first thing I want you to know that meetings are not deals. A meeting is a deal environment, but the first thing you need to understand is that meetings start conversations. It is very rare that a deal happens in the room because both sides are trying to know each other, trying to understand each other. You can come with your best pitch, but very few people, very few people ask the lady to marry them on the first date. So you need to understand those meeting rooms are places where people are scouting, people are watching. They may ask you for your number, all right? Everybody's exchanging business cards, but most importantly, everybody is listening to what value do you contribute and how can that value progress what they are doing. So don't be in a hurry to speak and say what it is that you're doing. Most importantly, be in a hurry to hear what are they doing right now? What is exciting them? And what are the different target audiences that they're looking for? Because every organization is looking for customers, is looking for suppliers, and if it is a bank, it's looking for bankable customers. So you want to see how you can be one of those things to them. Can you be a supplier? Can you be a buyer? Are you a bankable customer you can borrow and pay on time? So you always want to be thinking like that. And just like in dating, nobody marries you the first time. Excuse me. Just like in dating, nobody marries you the first time. Also in deal making, people get to know you, like you. Excuse me. People get to know you, like you, and trust you, and then they buy from you. So the way that a typical deal flow happens, it starts with an introduction. Maybe somebody tells you there's this networking meeting, please come. Before you go to that networking meeting, do your research and find out who is going to be in the room and what it is that they're looking for. All right. So your qualification. All right. So there's going to be an introduction. You're going to go into the room and you qualify them. All right. Thank you very much, Sony Juma. That must be Sony, the sales expert. And nice to see you there. So you don't have to follow up everybody. You need to qualify who is a good fit for what it is that you're doing. You also need to qualify, are they a good fit for you? And are you a good fit for them? All right. And then, so you evaluate. All right. So in as much as we work with the small and medium enterprises, and that is a big word that sometimes we are called SMEs, sometimes we are called MSMEs. So you need to know what does that mean to the person that you're going to talk to and who are they looking for. Some organizations are looking for MSME, the grassroots. Some are looking for people that have been in business for a bit longer. So you do the due diligence to align yourself with the organizations that are looking for more mature businesses. Because the more mature businesses will get more mature deals. All right. So don't just always look at yourself as an MSME, because you're growing, you're bigger, and you don't have to always come and tell people how small you are. All right. Because you're growing. When you're working with a child, you can see the child is small. Like my grandson, who I was asking to wave at you just now, he's a child. I don't have to keep telling people, oh, that's my grandson, he's still a child. You will see for yourself. So that is how we are as SMEs. When we go around telling people, I'm a small business, they know, they can tell from the way you're talking, the way you're packaged. So stop announcing that. Come up with another idea. So there's something they say in Kenya. Let me move along in case there are more than Kenyans here. So the next thing is so evaluate. How would I add value in this place? How would this place add value to me? All right. And don't come with long-winded documents. You see, AI today is summarizing things for people. Decision makers want to hear things quickly, and they're just looking for one or two words that align with what it is they're doing or what it is they're looking for. Like you see, I have three things that I support organizations with. So I focus on that, right? Deals, suppliers, capital. Simple. In all forms and fashion. So I don't have to keep coming up with big kizungu, big grammar, trying to impress people. So now once you've evaluated and you started the conversation, you're exploring or whatever, I always say don't make don't make the decision in the same place you are. That there's a thing I normally say, now it has skipped out of my head. So you're on this table, you are talking, you're engaging, you're exploring. Avoid making a decision on the deal table. Yes, that's what I say. So avoid making a decision on the deal table, because when you go home, then you're going to think, oh my God, I should have said this. Oh my God, I should have said that. All right. So don't be in a hurry to close the deal on the table on the first day. So, but be very succinct on what are our next steps, who is doing what is the main objective of us coming together, and then write it down, write your notes, send to them and confirm, and then come up with a very clear action plan. Action plan, timelines. When are we going to hear from you? In case they're promising you something, tell them when you will hear from them if they're promising you something. Remember, every time you waste time, and I call it waste time, preparing something or the other to send to the person you've been talking to, they're going to be seeing other things, other people, and the one that is the sharpest and most aligned with what they're doing takes the day. And then when you come back, they'll tell you a lot of grammar. They'll talk to you nicely. Oh, that is good. This thing, we must do it. This thing, we must do it. We are doing it. No, you just know that the bus has left the station. All right? Because if you're doing it, we need to put a plan in place and we need to talk. The pen needs to start meeting the paper. So after negotiation, there needs to be a contract. So our lawyer always says that legal contracts are made for the day of trouble, because on the day of trouble, you find out, okay, this thing is not working. You go back to your contract and say, okay, this clause, we're supposed to do this, but we are doing this. Is there a clause to make an adjustment? Then if it's not working, is there an exit clause? You exit. All right. It's not a marriage. It's only marriage that until death do you part. But even in marriage, people separate. So don't be tied down to a deal that is not working. Why SMEs drop? Again, not ready with documents. This is the one thing that fails us all the time. And sometimes it's not even many documents. It's just one thing here or there, a TCC here or a BOF there. And these are things that are done annually. If you get into the habit of doing it annually, then put it in a folder, you will have it. They'll ask for your profile. In your profile, they want to see, do you have a team, right? So things like that are very important. So they can't sustain engagement. We get very impatient, all right? There's one partner that I worked with, I pursued for 2 years. So don't imagine that my pursuing them for 2 years, every day I was calling them, sending them an email, hounding them at networking events. No, it's just having that meeting. This is what they want. I do it. And then I do other things. Like in Kenya, I say, jipe shughuli, get something to do. There are many other organizations. Don't just focus on one. And after 2 years, and sometimes they'll tell me, do this, sometimes do the other, and it was weary. But when I realized that there are many other things I can be doing, well, they've asked me to do this one thing, I stopped, bogging myself down. But when they came through with a program. We did a program together. We supported over 200 SMEs, and we are still buddies today. The other thing about corporate, you need to understand the way your package may not be aligned with their processes. So they'll be saying no. When they say no, ask, what would I have done better? So this particular one was kind, and they'll tell me, you need to do this, you need to organize your report like this, you need to organize your report like the other. And those days there was no ChatGPT. So you can imagine the back and forth, but we made it. And in all that process, you're learning. In all that process, you're growing. So my big call to action for you today is, number one, if you're in Mombasa, go to our website, www.weconnectinternational.org, so that you can engage with us at the summit on Thursday and on Friday. We are going to be having different dialogue around from dialogues to capital backed deals. Many women are saying, we have been trained, we are tired, we don't want any more training. Indeed, all right? But you see, the training is not necessarily bad. The training is not aligned with the corporate's need, and the corporate does not know you are being trained. You get? So that's why we keep going into these rooms. We enjoy the tea, we enjoy the lunch, but our pockets are just the same. So we have to be intentional. You don't have to enter every room. From what you have learned, who should you be connecting with? All right. And we're going to be doing that on Thursday and Friday. And then as we get into April, on April that you can come back and listen to this video. On April the 23rd, we are kicking off an Access to Market Accelerator with SME Founders Association. But most importantly, the Road to Contracts bootcamp that happens every year with WeConnect for women in Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa is going to be starting on April 30th. It's 3 virtual sessions, April 30th. Then we have April 30th, May 7th, and May 14th. All right. So all this is on our website at WeConnect International. If you're listening to me and you don't have our website, just drop a message in the comment or DM whichever channel you're watching on, and we are going to get back to you. So that is it for Winning Wednesdays Live today. I look forward to seeing you next week, and let's keep it real to ensure that we engage in conversations that will convert into cash. Thank you very much. Do we have any questions in the comment section by any chance? I should be able to. Is there anything out there, or are we good to go so that we can finish up our planning for tomorrow? All right. So if you come back and listen here, this is Frida Owinga, and I'm with WeConnect International as the Africa Partnerships Lead, and we are happy to work with you to connect you to corporate buyers. I thank you and wish you well. Bye-bye.